In this video, we are going to discuss about introduction to flowcharts. So basically, what are flowcharts? Flowcharts are the graphical representation of step-by-step solution of a program. Different shapes are used in flowcharts, as you all know. Now we will discuss about these shapes, that which shapes are used in flowcharts. So they are the shapes that most commonly used in flowcharts. So the first is oval shape. As you all know, it represents the start or end of a process, and it is also known as terminator. The next one is rectangle, that is also known as processing box or computation, that denotes a process or operation steps. The next one is arrowhead. Arrowhead, you all know what does it do. It is used to represent the flow of a control of a program. Next one is diamond. Diamond is used to display condition or decision, most common like yes or no. It signifies a point requiring a yes or no. And the last one shape, which is known as parallelogram, and it is used to represent input or output, or used for input or output operations to display. So they are the shapes that are mostly commonly used in simple flowcharts, as more shapes are also used, but they are the basic shapes that are used in simple and easy parallelograms. So first you have to understand what is a flowchart with a very simple example. So to find the area of a circle, what a computer should know is how bigger the circle is. So what is the radius of the circle, which is given in input. The next one a computer should know is what is the area of a circle. So the area of a circle is find out by the formula, which is known as pi r square. So we are not going to give the pi in the command, as computer does not know what is pi. We will use a decimal value, which is 3.14, and our square is not denoted, so we will use steric, which is also used for multiplication in computer. By using these all, we are not going to do programming. As you know, we are going to do plannings of what will do the program do. So, and at last we will give the command of print a, as the formula is being done in the flowchart, and the last one is to stop. And this is how a flowchart is going to be do the plannings of how your C++ programming is going to work. Okay, in second example, we are going to find out the smaller of the two numbers. So for this, you will need first input. So first in the oval box, it is going to be start command, and in next is parallelogram, it is going to use input. So you have to need input first. You can either draw two boxes for input A and B, or a single box with both input A and B, or do shortcut by using only one box. Next what is we going to do is we need to find the smaller of two numbers and obviously print it out. So how do we do that? Which symbol should we use? So now we have to ask a question, who is smaller or bigger, right? So we will use the decision or condition box, which is a diamond used here. We are going to ask the function is if A is less than B and question mark. So you can see we have written it in simple English, not any fancy code. So now if A is less than B, we only have two answers, yes or no. So what will you do is here that there are two things coming out of the decision box, yes or no. Here is one more condition, that A can be equal to B, but in this flowchart it means that if A and B are equal, then it will go in the no condition, and the print B will be printed out. And so either the print A will be done and condition is satisfied, and either the print B condition is satisfied, and that's how your flowchart is going to be done and stop function will be operated. And so in the next example, we have to find the factorial of a number. Basically you have to know first what is a factorial is. It is represented by 4 and exclamation mark. So it means that 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4, and like up to so on. Similarly, what is the factorial 5 with exclamation mark, and it will be like 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 and multiplied by 5. Now starting the flowchart, let's start with the thing that let's take n on the place of number. Whole factorial is to be fine. once we have input, now we have to multiply the number from till n with the n. So for making the process easier, let's take another variable I in place for storing numbers. Low I is equals to 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 up to so on and with the n. Now another variable f, which is equals to 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Next thing you have to do is to calculate the factorial. You will need a formula which is shown in the box, rectangular box, which is f is equals to f multiplied by I. And so the next command is I is equals to f plus 1 as factorial, add a number 1. And the next is in the diamond it is shown is I greater than f. Then if I is not greater than f, then the function will again operate it from above the rectangular box in which formula is being given, and if the condition is true, like it satisfies the condition, then it will print f and the program is being done and the stop up command will be operated. In this example we are going to find the area of a rectangle. So first off, the start is going to be done with the terminator and next is going to input. What we need to define the area of a rectangle is its length and width. So the things we require are going to place in input, which is using parallelogram. And next what we have to define, how we have to find the area using a formula. We will use a formula which is length multiplied by width, which is being shown in the rectangular box and also known as processing box. And computation we have already discussed. And the next, if the condition is done already, so we will give the command print area, which is being used again in input parallelogram, and the program has been done and the stop command will be operated. The next example is draw a flowchart to convert the length in feet to centimeter. In this flowchart we are going to convert the length which is given to us in feet, and we have to convert the feet into centimeter. As you all know, there are 30 centimeter in 1 feet. So in input we have the length in feet. In the processing box we have to convert the feet into centimeter by putting the formula, which is length centimeter is equals to length feet multiplied by 30. In the next output box, print length centimeter, which is calculated version in feet, and the last one is stop, as the program has been done and the stop command has been operated. In the next example we are going to discuss the flow charts to read two values determining the largest value and print the largest value with an identifying message. So first command is, as you always, it is start command. The next one, input, you have to do the input of two values, value 1 and value 2. Whether you can give it in one box or you can use two boxes, it's up to you. In the decision, now in the next box, diamond box, you have to check whether the value 1 is greater than value 2. If the condition is yes, then the maximum value will be value 1, and if the condition is not satisfied, then the maximum value will be value 2. Now the last print command will be like both arrow head are going to denote the one box, which is the print, which is one output, and the output will be the largest value is the statement. This statement will display in the output, and the largest value is, and the answer will be shown, which is if yes, then the maximum value 1 will be shown, and if the answer is no, then the maximum value 2 will be shown, and the stop command will be operated. And the next example is draw a flow chart to explain the 2 power 4. In this we have to display the 2 raised to the power 4. Now first is start. Now let the input will be base, which is 2. We have to find 2 power 4 means 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, 2 times 4 times 2. So the first processing unit will be product, which will be the base, means 2 multiplied by 1. Then next, in next box you can see product is equals to product multiplied by base, and in this the product which is before is equal to sign is the product of the upper answer. The upper sum is done and the product from the upper portion is being used here, and product multiplied by base and the answer of this product will be used in the next processing box, and the answer find out in the next processing box will be used in the second last processing box, and that's how 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 will be find out, and in the last print command the product will be shown, and which will be equals to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which is equals to 2 to the power 4, and the last is stop, and the function is done. This example is very easy and basic, in which you have to draw flowcharts to add two numbers entered by a user. In this, you do not have to enter the pet exact number, you have to put the variables instead of which the user will put the numbers which you have to put. So first is start, and the next, which is in input command, you have to add two variables like a and b. In the next processing box or computation box, you have to put another variable c, which will be equals to the sum, and which will be used in the place of sum, and which is equals to a plus b, the formula. And in the next box display, which with the output it will display summation c, which is equals to a plus b, and that's how the program will work of adding two numbers in a easy way of the user's choice. In this example, we are going to find a flowchart to read a number and identify either the number is positive or negative. So first is start. Now next we have to do is to read the number, which is going to put in the input box or input parallelogram. So the next one is condition or decision box diamond. So is the number n, which is used which is the variable which is used instead of the number, is less than or greater than 0. So we are going to execute two conditions from this diamond, as one is yes and one is no. If the number is less than 0, it means that it is negative, and if the number is greater than 0, it means that it is positive. So if the condition is not satisfied, then it would be negative, and the negative command will be negative number will be printed, and if the condition is satisfied, then the no command will be operated and positive number will be printed out. And so that's how the arrowhead is going to point out in the direction of n, and the program is done. So that's the last example, in which we have to draw a flowchart to find all the roots of a quadratic equation, which is given by ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So first the start command. Next we are going to give the input, which are three variables which are going to be used throughout the equation, which are a, b and c. Again, you can write the all three variables in one box, or if you want, you can write all the three variables in different boxes. So next you have to calculate the discriminant. How formula is going to be done, which is used basically, and which is d is equals to b square minus 4ac. As multiplication sign is not being used in these, as computer do not identify that sign, so instead of using multiplication we use static sign. And this, and the next one is condition or decision, in which computer have to find out the answer into situation yes or no. So we have to find that if d is greater than or equals to 0, and if d is less than or greater than equals to 0. So if the d is greater than 0, we will going to find out the real and imaginary two numbers, and if the root is negative, we have to only find root 1 and root 2. So if the root is greater than 0, we have to go and find the real and imaginary, which is minus b into 2 static a, and imaginary under root minus d into 2 static a, and then root 1 and root 2, and if the root is negative, and then we have to find only one in task, which is root 1 and root 2. After finding all these, we have to print the output, which is going to be in the form of root 1 and root 2, and that's how the quadratic equation has been done in the flowchart, and the function is being done.